up, YouTube? Back at it again. We are running through some Patreon requests, trying to get back to a less than drowning point with those. Doing a good job at it too. I used to be 3 to 4 months back. Now I'm like a month and a half to two. So working on it. Best way to get me, by the way, jump over to Patreon. It's free. Pinned at the top is for requests. There is a skip the line option too if you want me to get to something very quickly, which you're more than welcome to. It's a great way to support. We're looking at Katie Melua. Never heard of her. I was told all I got was she broke out in like the UK scene back in '03. So 21 years ago, right? Um, and this was kind of her breakout song, from what I understand, the closest thing to Crazy. So UK, not gonna need subtitles. We're in live at a beautiful night in Belfast. We're in Northern Ireland. I can't do an Irish accent. I'm not even gonna try. Anyways, um, do me a favor, go support, go like, go subscribe. If you want me to check out more stuff by Katie, definitely let me know. Drop it down below, or better yet, go over to Patreon where this came from. But otherwise, love to have you here. Like, comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. Let's go.
How can I think I'm standing strong, yet feel the air beneath my feet? How can happiness feel so wrong? How can misery feel so sweet? How can you let me watch you sleep, then break my dreams the way you do?
I love when it's just when you have a performance that you call it almost like a naked performance. Yeah, I mean she's got strings and like a whole ensemble behind her, but it's stripped down to a point. It's just her acoustic. Um, Lyrics, you could tell that it's written from a place that's of meaning to her, because you're using contradictions, right? How can I feel so strong but feel air beneath my feet? Whatever, I'm paraphrasing. Things like that. It's like contradictory terms, which is it's beautiful. It's very just the start so far, but it seems very kind of just pure and honest and beautiful. I love it.
Then break my dreams the way you do. How can I have got in so deep? Why did I fall in love with you? This is the closest thing to crazy I have ever been.
So that's the context of the song. The closest thing to crazy, when you feel so out of control with what's going on, just based off love. This is a love song. I didn't take it as that just by reading the title. The closest thing to crazy I could think of was probably one of my exes. Um, there was, I mean, there might have been some love at some point, but I'm not going to get into that. But no, the using these kind of contradictions to depict feeling out of control, which makes you feel kind of crazy in your mind, like what I'm doing doesn't make any damn sense, but it's from the heart.
I have ever been, feeling 22, acting 17. This is the nearest thing to crazy I have ever known. I was never crazy on my own, and now I know that there's a link between the two. Being close to craziness and being close to you.
It's interesting how what she's singing about is like when you're in that kind of love, you feel like you're kind of on cloud nine, they say, and her vocals in and of themselves, they're very airy. Like she's, it's almost like they're floating. It's like they're, they're up there kind of amongst the clouds. It's very light and airy. It's I dig it. It works well. I don't know if by the way, I didn't mention, I have no idea. I mean, this venue um is really cool, by the way. Never, I don't think I've seen this or any show here. But I don't know what the deal is, if I'm gonna have to copyright this. Just a heads up, if this comes back with writing or blurry or something, my apologies. I will link it down below, and it does always go on Patreon. Clear.
and being close to you. How can you make me fall apart, then break my fall with loving lies? It's so easy to break a heart. It's so easy to close your eyes. How can you treat me like a child? Yet like a child I yearn for you. How can anyone feel so wild? How can anyone feel so blue?
I love how the verse structure is like whimsical. It's almost like children's storybook, nursery rhyme. How could this? How could that? How could this? But it's all in context with deep love feelings. It's wild. I dig it. I appreciate the introduction, Colin. I think, right?
This is the closest thing to crazy I have ever been. Feeling 22, acting 17. This is the nearest thing to crazy.
Yeah. Look at this venue. That's wild. What am I doing seeing shows at bars in the States? I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting. That's stunning.
This is the nearest thing to crazy I have ever known. I was never crazy on my own, and now I know that there's a link between the two. Being close to craziness and being close to you, and being close to you, and being close to you. Thank you, Belfast. Thanks.
That is some pure, wholesome ass love stuff. Um, it's not Ronnie Radke talking about Diddy. Come on, man. Um, yeah, that was outstanding. It's the good type of crazy, right? Um, if if you play life too safe, um, love life contextually, um, then you're gonna end with some boring ass mediocre love life stuff. If you let yourself fall, break, cry, feel certain things in certain places, maybe you get to a point where your counterpart might be the right counterpart to to kind of make it through everything together. It might be the yin and the yang type thing, right? The balancing act. Um, all of the references she was making is just like I said at the beginning, it's feeling out of sorts and feeling out of control. Um, but I don't know that you can really get to know yourself unless you let yourself to a point where you get out of control at some point. How are you going to learn what's right for you unless you learn what's wrong for you? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a little too deeply. I do that sometimes, but you know what I'm saying. She was speaking in contradictions, and in a way of um, a really whimsical way of just stating a love, a reciprocated love, where no two people are going to match perfectly and get along all of the time perfectly in every single way, and counterbalance each other right away. So you gotta the learning process is sometimes the fun of it, getting to know those things. You can learn from them. Anyways, go support Katie. That was great. Um, very raw. Um, not in a bad way. I'm just raw as in like stripped down. Just acoustic. Her and a giant ass crowd on a beautiful night in Belfast. Go support, go like, go subscribe. If you like what I do, of course, like, comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate it very much. We'll talk to you in the next.